down to part 2 of assignment 2. What I want to show you guys first is how to turn on and off layers. So in our drawing here currently, it looks a little bit busy with all of these points still showing up and all of the elevation labels next to it. It's kind of distracting to look at this drawing. So what we want to do is we want to get rid of all the numbers and all the points on the map so we can just see all of these contours. So what we want to make sure first of is that we're in the Home tab up here. We're going to go to Layer Properties. And as you can see, there are a lot of different layer types. You can even add your own specific layers. But these are the ones that are pretty standard. So you can see there's like road layers, and as we keep on moving through, there's topographic layers, water. We're going to go to node layers, and that's essentially what we're looking at, is a whole bunch of points or nodes. And we're going to look at the survey nodes right here, so V node. And when I select that, you can see it just chooses a random point to let me know what I've actually selected, and it kind of changes around. But what we want to do is we want to turn it on or off. So you have on over here, and when I select that, it turns it off. And you can see all those points disappeared. Furthermore, we want to get rid of all of the text that's associated with those nodes. So if we just move down a little bit, we can find V node and text, and I'm going to turn that off as well. We can exit out of there, and now we have a map that is essentially all of the data that we have before, but without all of that information on it. We can turn those layers on and off as we see fit, and that's really useful because we're not deleting the layer, or we're not deleting that point group at all. It's just turning it on and off for visualization purposes, and that's really useful for drawing these items and manipulating maps and including or not including information as you see fit. Alright guys, so the next part, or the next thing I want to show you is how to create horizontal alignments in Civil 3D. So what I want you to do is I want to make sure that you're under the Home tab here, and you're going to move over to Create Design and Alignment, and we're going to open up Alignment Creation Tools. And what I want you guys to do is create an alignment that is called north to south, so we'll just call it NS, N to S. And as you can see, there are multiple different types of types of alignments that you can make. We're just going to make a center line here for now. We want to make sure that our starting station for this center line is right at 0. And as you can also tell, there are a couple of different ways of showing what this alignment style is. So we're just going to stick with proposed for now. And alignment layer, there you can choose between all of the different layer types. Right now we're going to stick with a road. So we're basically creating an alignment for proposed road. And we're going to go with major and minor labels only for the alignments on this on this alignment, honestly. And we're going to hit OK. So now we have this little pop-up that is going to allow us to start drawing our lines. But what I want you guys to do is go to Curve and Spiral Settings, and we want to define a radius of 200 feet. So as we draw this line, this alignment, it is going to constantly have a radius of 200. So when we put down points in different locations, it's going to smooth out that line with a radius of 200 feet. So select OK. Now that we have looked at that, we're going to choose tangent with curves. So this is a north to south proposed road alignment. So let's just start down here and specify our start point. And we can kind of just start drawing road. And as you see, now that I've already selected one point, I'm going to select another. It's giving me that 200-foot radius that I had proposed before. So you can tell you can snap to some of your contours. You can go to different locations if you want. Let's go kind of around. Yeah, let's just throw in a road there. And when you're done, you can hit enter and your line will be drawn. So you can see it's starting at a station of 0 and it's ending at a station 441, so it's 41 feet long. So now that we have that, we can actually exit out of this, and we have our alignment right here. So what we're going to do is draw another alignment, and we're going to make this one east to west. So let's go here and do east to west. And we're going to keep all of the same settings over here. Let's just say we're going to think about proposing another road. Select OK. And if we look again, everything is staying the same. So let's continue with the curves. That makes sense. Very few roads ever make sharp curves or sharp bends without a curve in it. So let's start drawing our road. Let's say it goes over there, crosses, and kind of comes up over there, and hit enter. So as you can see, we drew a east to west road, and this one ends 436 feet away from the starting station of 00. Now, something I want to show you guys real quick, if you noticed before, I actually exited out of this box to make a new alignment. So let's see what happens when I actually want to make another alignment here without exiting out of it. So I'm going to start drawing a new line and hit enter. So we have a new line over here, and when I select it, you can tell it actually counts these two alignments as the same alignment. So without creating a new one, these are actually considered a pair and part of the same alignment. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to hit undo and get rid of that for now. So that is essentially how you make alignments. The last bit of information I want to share with you guys is how to edit these alignments. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select one of these alignments, and you see when I selected, a new tab opens up that is specific to the alignment east to west that we created before. So I want to show you that you can actually go to alignment properties over here, and you can look at our proposed road. Like I said before, remember how we drew that second line that was still part of the same alignment, so you can make those different things like an offset or an existing roadway, and you can show the difference between the two. But right now the only line we have is actually a proposed line, and I want to show you that you can actually change these things by color or turning them off by specific layers for this alignment. So you can kind of mess with these a little bit to kind of change how they look. And you can change a whole bunch of other different things regarding this alignment as well. Also, you can go to the station control tab over here, and this gives you some information regarding what your start and end station is and what the length actually is for that alignment itself. There are a few other tabs going on here. So here's the design criteria tab, and I'm just showing this because we had decided to draw an alignment that dealt with roads. So as you can see here, for alignment 1 starting at station 0, there's a design speed of 60 miles an hour, and that's something that you can change, but it's an attribute that you can add to this alignment, and it provides some information, so that's useful, and that's something that we could also show later on as well. So I'm just going to hit OK there and exit out, and that's how you essentially can edit some alignments in Civil 3D.